What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zoe, No Days Off DFS, here to bring you guys some prop plays for today's Atlanta Falcons taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. If you guys are new here, as always, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the content I do drop over here on the channel. Gave out some free picks yesterday, right before lock. If you guys were able to get those, you definitely were able to make some money. If you're part of the Patreon, then you definitely made some money as well, because out of the 12 picks I posted on the Patreon, went 8 crushed it yesterday in the WNBA with all his prop plays and things that he posted. Check the link down in the description below so you guys can go ahead and check that out. $5, promise you, you'll make that back. Now, looking at it, we got the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know, man. Of course, I got Philly winning. Philly at home. Right now, they're 1-1. Of course, that one home game was there in this game. Going on over here to Prizepicks, the site that if you guys don't got an account, you want one, check the link down in the description below so you guys get that deposit bonus and join me over here on Prizepicks. One of the plays that I do have interest in is going to be Kirk Cousins for this interceptions thrown. It's Kirk Cousins in prime time. Definitely something that I would take. He is favored for him to actually get an interception. I definitely do not mind taking that. Now, again, it's one game. We don't have to go super crazy or anything like that because it is one game. I definitely would find one or two props that you really do favor. There is some MLB on. If you guys trust MLB still, you want to play that. Pair up some of those plays with MLB. Just don't go too crazy and heavy on this game and on this slate. Now, there are a couple of plays that we could take. One of those plays that I really do like and that I have the utmost confidence in is going to be Saquon Barkley. Just the usage, everything that this dude did out there last week in the game, he looks amazing. He looks like what we were expecting him to be and be able to do over there for the Giants, especially when he was the do-it-all over there for them, receiving, rushing, scoring, all that stuff. The only thing he really didn't do was just play quarterback, which I love it here. As you can see, the 0.5 for his rushing, receiving touchdowns. I feel, honestly, as the season continues to go on, he will score a touchdown in every single game. He was used very heavily in the red zone last week going up against Green Bay. I don't see that changing again here today going up against Atlanta, who, as we've seen, they did give up quite a bit of yards to Justin Fields and also Najee Harris. Same thing could be said with a much better back, a bigger back, a back that is very explosive, can also juke you as well out there, and a decent front line in front of him. Saquon Barkley, that 0.5 rushing touchdown, they get into the red zone. I do not mind that at all. Definitely is taking the load a little bit off of Hurts for him going out there and just trying to scramble and get those yards himself. He still can. He gets touch push and things like that. Outside of that, I do like Saquon Barkley for his 78.5 rushing yards. That definitely would be something I would look at, and also his 18.5 receiving yards, because we do know he will catch some passes out of the backfield. And when he gets open, he's going to go out there and he's going to get those yards. That 18.5 receiving yards, that's honestly kind of low to me in regards to what he can go out there and do. He had like, 23 receiving yards in that last game. And as you can see, he is very accustomed to being a pass catching back when he was over there on the Giants. Imagine what he's going to be able to do here. He had the bulk of the running back snaps when he was out there on the field for Philly. And if this game stays somewhat competitive and close, I very much see him being very involved in this game plan and everything moving forward as the game goes on. Moving over to a play that we possibly could go ahead and pair up with Saquon Barkley. That's going to be Kyle Pitts. He was out there pretty much for, I want to say, about 90% of the snaps out there for Atlanta. So very highly out there. He only had, I want to say, 3 receiving targets. Make sure I'm not mistaken. He only did have, 3 receiving targets, but I would imagine he should be more involved in this game, especially a game that I do expect for Atlanta to be behind. Atlanta should have to pass. Besides just relying very heavily on Robinson, Kyle Pitts, another monster at the tight end position, a very big and capable tight end, can run very good routes out there. I do like his upside for him to go over that 3.5 receiving receptions right there, and that 39.5 receiving yards. Philly, not the only, but one of the best spots that we can attack them. They do have a somewhat weak defense, but their secondary is very poor. It is sad. And so you can definitely pass on them. The only thing is worrying about Kirk Cousins. I do like Kyle Pitts just for those underneath routes, playing out in the slot, things like that. Easy dump offs that should be in Kirk Cousins' wheelhouse, especially a quarterback coming off of that Achilles injury. I'm going to keep harping on it. I don't see Cousins airing it out like what he did when he was with the Vikings. I just don't see it at all. But Kyle Pitts, I do love the upside for him here. And then also, another receiver that plays a good chunk out of the slot position is going to be Drake London. I'm not going to look at his receiving targets. His receptions, that's something I could take as a lean. The 5 receptions, that's not bad. But the 56.5 receiving yards, I thought we just seen Reed do last time out for Green Bay, playing out of slot position, was a monster. The yards after the catch, very big, huge what he was able to go out there and do. I can see the same thing for Drake London, another explosive wide receiver who, playing out of slot, can average a ton of yards, especially after the catch. That 56.5 receiving yards, that does not look like a bad play. And then, of course, as always, you could definitely bump it down to that 39.5 receiving yards. Go ahead and take the Green Goblin, get the upside. No, he did not go over this in the last game, but again, Kirk Cousins, he did not pass it too much. It was not very efficient. A lot of the targets and everything, they did go to Robinson out there. Again, he was very, very, very involved and did see a high rush attempts. If we think that Atlanta wants to keep Philly off the field, which I can't see them doing that. He had a ton of rush attempts, 18. They have him right now at 15. I can see him going over this as well, especially if they are looking to continue to use him how they were in that last game. I do like that 15 rush attempts. That is something that I wouldn't mind going to. And then if we think that they keep it somehow close, that 101 rushing receivers, that's more of a lean, not a main play for me. But that 15 rush attempts would be something that I would consider and look to if I am looking for a pair in a play. All right, so heading over to FanDuel, where I am going to go ahead and fully bet out a slip over here. This is just primarily going to be a double up. They are giving us a profit boost over here on FanDuel. So if you guys don't have a FanDuel account and you want one, make sure you guys check the link down in the description below so you guys can go ahead and get that deposit match bonus over here for FanDuel, and join me over here and take advantage of the promos. The best way to play on the books, just like whenever you're playing on Prizepicks and things like that, you're just looking to double up. You're looking for the things that have the best odds. And of course, this minus 220, yes, it looks like it's pretty crappy, but you can build a very simple parlay to get you close to where you play 25 bucks, you'll make 50. And then of course, with the profit boost that you can definitely get a little bit more than that. Now I'm looking at it. Rushing yards, I do like Saquon Barkley to go ahead and run all over this Atlanta team. I'm going to take him at that 60 rushing yards. It's a minus 220. Yes, you can take him at the 70 plus rushing yards, but this plus 60 rushing yards seems very safe, seems very doable for what he was able to go out there and do last time out. And I just see the upside being there for him. And then, of course, with my bias that I have, now you don't have to take this play, but the touchdown scoring, he's a minus 170 for him to go out here and score a touchdown. I got Philly winning. I got them leading. I got them chewing the clock down, relying on Saquon Barkley to go ahead and get those rush attempts and everything that he had, just like he had going up against Green Bay. That minus 170 for the touchdown, boom, that puts it at a plus 144. And then if you go ahead and take the profit boost that they're giving us, which is a 50% profit boost up to $50, at least that is what mine is, that's going to give you a plus 217. Now, if you were to do the whole $50 that they're giving you, you're looking at doubling your money and just making a little bit more on top of that, which will give you $108.72. Not bad at all for a 3-play parlay. Philly to win, Saquon Barkley for 60 rushing yards, and Saquon Barkley anytime scoring touchdown. Easy day, good enough to go ahead and make some money. I like that right there for that plus 217. That is with the profit boost. Now, without the profit boost, that 50 bucks, you can make that into $72.47 if you're playing 50 at the plus 144. Definitely either way, I like the upside for both of these plays right here without the profit boost or with it. So definitely check that out on FanDuel. You might be able to do the same thing on DraftKings, but I haven't looked over there on that book. But yeah, definitely would check that out if you guys have not already. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Hopefully, you guys were able to get something from this video. As always, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything I am putting out over here on the channel. Drop a like on this video if you guys did enjoy the content. And with that being said, it's your boy Zoe. Peace.